I'm going to click on the Print Switches tab, and a new screen with all of the available catalog cards and library labels now appears. This screen is where you can select which cards and labels you wish to print for this specific item. A number of our customers are no longer printing catalog cards, as the patrons can use the opaque screen in ResourceMate to search for items. However, we still have them available for those of you who wish to print cards. Some libraries need all of the catalog cards and labels printed, some need just the labels, some need all the labels and a few of the cards. You can choose only the cards and labels you need for your particular situation. The first area on this screen is for setting the number of cards you wish to print for this item. You can choose the quantity of each card you wish to print by either typing in the number or clicking on the arrow that appears when you place your mouse cursor over the field. For example, I'm going to type a 1 in the Print Author Card field and type a 2 into the Print Shelf Card. Next, I'll move on to the number of labels to print. Most of you will want to put spine labels on your items so that your users can easily locate them. Remember, the information that will appear on your spine labels is the data you have entered into the call number fields in the Library Card tab. Printing a sign-out card label and pocket label will depend on how you are handling circulation. You don't have to use a sign-out card and pocket, as ResourceMate will keep track of circulation for you. However, they are still available for you to print if you decide to manually keep track of circulation. If you're only printing spine labels, type the number 1 into the Print Spine Labels field. If you're printing sign-out card labels and pocket labels, enter a 1 into those fields as well. If you find that you're always indicating the cards and labels you wish to print each time you add a new item, you can configure ResourceMate to have the numbers in these fields automatically entered for you. Click on the Utilities menu, and then choose Print Card and Label Defaults to set the number of cards and labels you will print. To actually generate the labels or cards, you will click on Reports, Print Item Labels, or Print Item Cards. Press the Save button, as we're now done entering information on this screen. To begin, we will need to go to the Reports menu and select Print Item Labels. From this screen, you can select the label template that you want to use. Let's choose Label Set instead of Spine Only. A popular label template if you are printing spine, sign-out pocket labels is 10 sets to a page. Or if you are just printing spine labels, you could choose Spine Only, and then 8 across, 7 down. It all depends on the label stock you purchased for your library. I'm going to choose Label Set, then 10 sets to a page. If you have previously printed labels, the label count will still appear from the last set. This is a great feature because you can reprint the last set if you need to, and it also tells you when the last set was printed. We like this feature because it gives you the opportunity to reprint any labels that may not have printed correctly, and it also lets you know the date and time the last set was printed. To create our label set, I'm going to click on the Generate New Label Set button. You will see that we can either generate labels based on the settings on the Print Switches tab, or we can use Advanced Search to generate labels regardless of the settings on the Print Switches tab. This is especially handy if you have added a number of items but forgot to set the label switches. A common search criteria would be based on the date added, or accession date, greater than or equal to the specific date you started entering the new items. Let's proceed by using the print switches. Selecting this method will tell ResourceMate to go through all of the items and generate labels where I entered a 1 into the Print Spine Label, Print Sign-Out Label, or Print Pocket Label fields on the Print Switches tab. If I didn't clear the print switches from my previous batch of labels, I will get a warning. If I check this box, my current label set will also include all those labels from the previous batch of labels. For now, I will proceed and click on the Next button. It only takes a few seconds for the program to go through and count all the labels that I previously set to print. As you can see, it's giving me the count of the number of items as well as the number of each label. Now, if you decide you don't want to print all 3 labels right now, you can uncheck the ones that do not apply, and those will not print. You can always go back and print them at a later time when you're ready. For example, you can uncheck Sign-Out labels here, and they will not print in the label set. I'm going to leave them all checked, and then to continue on with the process, click on the Next button. If you're unsure about printing the current set, or if you don't have time to print, you can always click on the Cancel button, and the new label set will not be created. One last confirmation, and our new set of labels has been generated. Okay, great. Now we're back at the preview screen and my label count looks correct. I can also preview the labels or change the template that I will use. If you want to show the accession number on your labels, or if you want to show the replacement value, click on Reports, Template Definitions, Item Label Templates. Highlight the template and click on Edit. On this screen, on the Sign Out Pocket Labels tab, you can select Show the Replacement Value and/or Show Accession Number. There are a few other options I'd like to show you. One option is the number of labels to skip. This option is great if you have already used some labels on your current sheet of labels. Say you've already printed 5 labels on the page and want to use the rest of the sheet. You can simply enter the number 5 into this field, and the program will skip the first 5 labels and start printing on the 6th. Also, if you want to change the way the labels are sorted, you can select the sort order. Notice that it's set to the sort order of order items entered. If you'd like to change the sort order, click on the down arrow and choose another option. For example, you can choose to sort by call number, title, accession number, and so on. If you want to choose another field to sort the order, you can click on Custom, then click on the ... button and sort similar to the way you did in grid listings back in Level 1. You will notice that the preview changes as you make changes to your options, including the label template you have chosen. If you want to test how the labels will print, click on Reports, Template Definitions, Item Label Templates. Highlight the label template you are using and click on the printer icon. For the page range, select Pages and enter 1 so you can only print one test page. You can print on a plain sheet of paper, hold it up to your label stock to see how it will align and print. If you need to adjust the top or left margin, click on the Edit button, then click on the Adjust Top, Left Margin tab, and adjust either margin by 1 until the alignment is correct. While we're here on the list of templates on the left side, click on a different label template. You can click on the Set Default button if this is your default template, or click on Make Inactive if you will never use the highlighted template. Later you can highlight and make active if you need to. Let's click on the X and go back to our labels. Once you're satisfied the labels are correct and look good, to print, simply click on the Print Item Labels button. The Print dialog box will be displayed. Select the printer you would like to print to. If you have a large number of labels to print, you can also choose to print a specific number of pages instead of all the pages. Click on Print and away we go. Notice that another pop-up box has appeared with the question, did the library labels print out properly? We recommend you wait to answer this question until after your labels have printed out. If they have not printed out correctly, click No, and that way you can reprint if necessary. Also answer No if you only printed a few pages of the full set of labels. If they have printed successfully, click Yes. An information box about clearing the label print switches is displayed. Let's take a minute to read through this screen. Since I answered yes, they have printed successfully, it's letting us know it will clear the print switches, so these items will not appear in the next set I generate. That means this process will go back through all the items and remove the one that I placed in the Print Spine Labels, Print Sign Out Labels, and Print Pocket Labels fields. Removing the one will mean they won't be included on the next label set I create. This way, I won't end up with duplicate labels. Okay, I'm going to click on Yes. Click on the Show Label Set Listing button. This is very helpful if you have printed a number of spine-only labels. This report displays a more detailed listing so you can easily match the spine label to the correct item. In this grid, you can either double-click on item information or highlight and click on the Book button on the right-hand side to take you directly to the item record. This is handy if you have noticed a mistake on your labels that needs to be corrected before printing. There's also a preview option where you can generate a PDF or email this listing if needed. You can also print this listing if that would be helpful. And that's it. Now we'll talk about printing catalog cards. ResourceMate is a full online cataloging system. However, some of our customers still generate card catalog cards. In ResourceMate, we want to continue to support those who do. The process is very similar to printing labels. I'm sure you will find it to be a straightforward process once you are familiar with printing labels. Click on Reports, Template Definitions, Item Label Templates. You can also access this when you are printing labels by clicking on the Access Templates button. Choose Spine Only or Label Set, then highlight the template you want to modify. We will look at Label Set and 10 sets to a page. The first thing we can do is indicate our default template, the template we will probably use every time we generate labels. Highlight the template and click on the Set Default button. If you see templates in the list that you know you will never use, you can highlight them and click on Make Inactive. They are not removed or deleted. You can always make active again if necessary. Click on the Edit button. Here you can change the name and description if you want. On the Spine Label tab, you can customize what will print on line 1 through to line 6. You can also determine which line will also include the copy number information if the copy number is greater than 1. On the Sign Out Pocket Labels tab, you can customize what will print in place of authors and title information if you wish. You can also indicate whether replacement value and accession number will print. On the Adjust Top Left Margin tab, you can make small adjustments to those margins so that your labels line up properly when printed on your label stock. After you have made a change to either the top or left margin, save, then click on the printer icon and print one test page on plain paper so you can compare the lineup to your label stock.